Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are here. Another Friday, another meet and greet. And honestly, this is one I'm really excited about. This is a dude I want to consider playing my first festival with, to be honest. The means was a little weird. How we ended up there, a little weird. I don't know. The relationships are all still mended from that whole situation, but me and him are here, and that's all. That's important right now. This dude is still fucking getting it, and filthier than ever. So instead of me just talking him up, instead of me just fucking yapping on, let me just bring him on out here. All right, let's wheel him on out here. Everybody, let's welcome Mr. Smith over here.
Okay. Yeah, we met in like 2014, didn't we?
Yeah, dude. That's summer. No, not
Summer camp.
Yeah, summer camp. Yep. Jesus.
Yeah, that was wild. Like, I have a picture on my phone of literally like your crowd shot. I remember taking it real quick for you. I'm not sure if you ever got it, but I'll have to send it to you.
Yo, I think so. I got it.
Okay, bet.
Yo,
but I remember like being there, like taking it real quick, and then being like, "Oh yeah, I know that guy." It's fucking crazy how time works and where we're at.
Dude, no, for real. It's absolutely nuts, man. And you were under like a different moniker then too, man, right? You were just you were bass cone.
Yeah, it was like a duo thing, and I ended up just kind of going off and doing my own thing, and yeah, 5 years later, I'm here now.
Yeah, it's been working out good for you, man. It's definitely like it's definitely you brought your own style to that whole equation. I think you leaving people are like, oh, I see what was I mean, that was 5 years ago actually, so I don't know what was who in what situation.
I mean, it was called Bass Coma. Back in the day, it was called Bass Coma. And anyways, like long story short, homie had a baby on the way, and really I ended up having to essentially go do my own thing. And again, like 5 years later, here I am.
Yeah.
But it's been really interesting so far, as far as just the slow growth from essentially starting from the like bottom at 5 years ago to now. It's pretty fucking wild, honestly.
Yeah.
Whenever I it still doesn't feel real to some degree.
Did you also have to sneak into summer camp as well, or
Bro, actually, story on that. So I mean, I'm not gonna name names, but homie comes up with a bracelet and just hands it to me, thinking like, okay, I got into the festival. Like he got me like I'm on, and next thing you know, like I zip it up tight, because their fucking deal back then, they would like essentially like not zip it up and just kind of like pass it back. I just zipped mine up because I was like, fuck it, I'm in the festival. And then homie guy was like, bro, what did you do? Like, I don't know, I thought we were in the festival. This some of the most like not legit stuff ever, as far as like some of my first bookings.
Yeah, no,
Definitely
honestly,
not legit.
it's almost like I'm thankful for that jankiness too, because now I'm like, I know kind of what to look out for and stuff like that. And
I'm
glad
to
it's
some
over
degree,
with.
I'm like so thankful for like where, like, as far as just the level of professionalism that I like Corey with submission and him doing my bookings and stuff. He fucking is a game changer, as far as just like for anybody that's like aspiring for shows out there. Just focus on the art, just focus on yourself, and then hopefully somebody out there to some degree sees some like damn, that's fucking cool, I want to sell that to other people like it. Like that's like one thing that I pride myself on personally, is that like whenever I started, I didn't have any social medias like whatsoever, and my name is literally like the most common like North American last name ever. So I mean, I kind of sell myself purely on just the aesthetic of the music, like, and that's pretty much it. Like, and only just recently, like a year ago, that I got a Twitter, and then like just like a year and a half ago, started doing Instagram.
Damn.
So yeah, and I definitely, I'm still working on those.
Yeah,
Definitely
I noticed I
still
didn't follow you on Twitter, and I'm like, wait, I didn't even know he had one. So thankfully, it was soon, But I've definitely been following you on, all the important things, like you said, the fucking music and shit. But yeah, that's definitely one of my questions too, man. You think it was getting with submission that really helped, maybe spread your sound?
Yeah, I think like it like anything else, like bookings certainly help. It's all steps though, and like I know so many people like focus on like I gotta get shows, I gotta get exposure, I gotta work on shows, and like they're so focused on literally running a local and kind of regional circuit,
Mm.
and then they never actually like are able to expand any further outside that. So like whenever I started Smith, I'm just like, fuck it, I'm not gonna take any bookings really. I'm just gonna focus on literally just making the music. And then I think like a year and a half later, Corey reached out to me, and like the rest has just been growth,
Oh shit,
like
man.
still natural
So
and
was
shit.
it not like that with Bass Coma and stuff like that? Because you guys were definitely out on the road, and That's Dope.
I mean,
They did put together tours and shit like that. You
I
guys
mean,
were
like that
working.
kind of went back in the day with like the mentality, like I was saying earlier, like I, I definitely did the shows. We started to work on music, but it was so much of a focus on like, oh, we made 3 or 4 songs and now we got a tour over it.
Mm.
And like, there wasn't even an audience for the 3 or 4 songs. So
Oh.
just like, instead of like focusing on that, because the way we toured back then, oh my God, dude, it was so fucking awful. I'm not sure. Did you ever did you ever like hop on the, I forget what the name of the tour was. I think it was Spoiled Nation or something like that.
Oh no, no. I don't think I got
Okay.
invited after the
So
summertime.
we essentially the fucking the festival circuit was its own thing. But once we did like the fall touring, it was essentially like every 4 to 5 days out of the week, we would like wake up at 8, haul a bunch of shit like 7 hours, 8 hours away, and then like around like 5, 6 p.m. unload it all, play a show, and then like at 2 or 3 a.m. put it all away all the way up to about like 5 or 6 in the morning, and then get like 3 hours of sleep, 4 hours of sleep, and then just repeat that 4 days straight, and then take like 2 days off, and then do that like 5, 6 weeks in a row.
Jesus.
And it's just, it was so like, it literally made me almost lose a passion for even wanting to do it. Like I was
Oh
like, if this is the life, I'm not doing this shit.
yeah. You
And
think
like,
you think it's like also been like an important factor in like like you are you glad that you went through it though, because like even your
oh,
mixes are kind of they're
I'm so
jam
very
packed.
appreciative.
You know.
Like
Sorry.
now it's like I don't usually, I think the longest run I've done since then was four dates, but even then it was
Ooh.
just flights in between. And like I'm personally like, I have terrible travel anxiety. So whenever like I go on the road and stuff, it's like, okay,
Yeah.
I got to have at least a 2 hour layover in Chicago, because I can't miss my flight because the next flight is sold out, and it's just like it's a whole fucking mental game. But like I would so much prefer that than like what we were doing before.
Yeah.
But
Couple spread out, just a couple days of what do you think's most important in that? The rest in it, or like getting back to the studio, making some more music, or
I
just
mean, I try to like balance it out. I used to actually have a job too, which ironically enough, I quit like March 15th of this year.
oh
And like that was pretty fucking brutal. And like the job was so cush. I mean, like it was literally just me fucking working on music like in a fucking computer lab, and just like, if the printer needs paper, like okay, time to fucking put the paper in the printer, got back to working on music. But like I was doing that 20 hours a week, 4 days a week, and it was just kind of hit me where I was like, okay, I could be spending like for like 1 or 2 more of these days out of the week for another booking, and literally make like a week's worth of 2 weeks worth of pay
yeah.
at this one thing. So it was just kind of it ended up hitting that point where I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do that. And then literally
Oh,
coronavirus happened, and here we
god
are today.
damn. So is this
And
something that you went to school for, some shit, or are you like it just happened to
oh,
fall into the
music.
job? Oh no, 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 whatever you were doing before in the lab.
Oh, see, I was going to school at Columbia, in Columbia, Missouri, at Columbia College, and I worked on the campus at the computer lab. So, I mean, it was I literally would just do my classes, and then just work or do whatever work.
Yeah.
Um, but fuck, it was so cush. I look back on it, I'm like, damn. I mean, I knew they were gonna get rid of the job anyway with coronavirus happening, because they were fucking slimming shit down. But damn, that sucked.
Dude. So
But yeah,
So did
Anyways,
you go to school for music as well too, or classical
no,
training,
no,
any of that?
actually, it was just business administration with an emphasis in entrepreneurship. It just kind of felt more in line with what I was doing.
Definitely, and it
And they didn't really
correlates.
have like a music program that I would like want to do to begin with. But yeah, I don't know. And then just it's funny how to anybody out there that's making music and hustling it, like legitimately anybody can do it. This one thing I learned is like I personally, I'm not sure about you, my dude, but I don't know notes. I don't know like music theory or anything. I literally just like hop on and see what works.
Yeah,
And anybody could, if I could do it, you could do it.
you
Like at
just
the end of the day.
it's trial and error too. You just put enough time into it, you know. But it is crazy listening to some of these dudes who do kind of have a grasp on what's going on, and like they're maybe a year or two into their whole project. I'm like, holy fuck, man, maybe I should get a little bit more privy to some new tutorials or music theory, or I don't know, man. But is that something you've like steady avoided, or something you want to work towards in the
I
future?
mean, I personally, no. I mean, I would love to learn, but I'm sorry, excuse me. But I I don't know. I guess my process is literally just hopping in on Ableton, get in on MIDI, like punch out a few notes to see like what works out, and then just lay out some percussion and bam.
Yeah.
Like
Well, what
I
about
don't know.
your fucking like musical influences too? Because it's like clearly like some heavy hip hop influences in there too,
Oh,
man. Is
for
it
sure. I mean,
anything
like
else?
I personally, it's all like 3 6 Mafias right now, like, and for the last like 3 4 years has been a huge inspiration as to like the style and the aesthetic. Um, there's some producers that are more inspiring so much than there are hip hop artists right now in the genre.
Oh
There's
shit.
this new guy right now that's like so inspiring. His name's Roland Jones, Roland Jones. But yeah, dude, it's so fucking good. And every single time I go to his stuff, and essentially it's the whole 3 6 mafia funk type aesthetic, but I don't know, he takes it his own way. And like that's kind of the biggest thing to me is like if you're taking a genre and it's starting to kind of like run its course, which I feel like funk kind of has been
True.
doing its thing. Like, okay, I feel like all the samples have been used, and I feel like all the different 808s possible feel like been used. And somebody can come in and do their own thing with it, then it really has my attention. And
Yeah.
that could be applied with like dubstep, or that could be applied with trap music, or that could be applied with house music. That could be, but like that's usually like what like catches me personally whenever I find some form of inspiration.
Yeah. Oh shit. I mean, well, do you think that has to do with your placement too? You're not really. I mean, how is Missouri for like the scene right now? Where do you have like homies that you bounce ideas back off of, or you don't? You're kind of like a lone
Yeah,
ranger over there.
I'm kind of a bit of a lone ranger. I have my buddy Sean Sparlin. He goes by Lador, Lodurr.
Okay.
I've made a couple songs with him before, and we bounce some ideas back and forth. I think we have a little bit of a different aesthetic, but still like can find like ways to inspire each other from it. But like overall, Columbia really doesn't have any like producers that are like doing anything. It's just kind of like a local college area. In fact, like on the real, I've only played in my hometown once,
Damn.
and it was like like Corey, my agent, was doing tour management for Slug Wife, and he just like came through town on like a one-off show on like a Wednesday and was like, "Yo, you want to play a show real quick?" It's like that. Like that was like a year ago, and I've never once played in my hometown. Again, like another thing that it's like don't run the local. Gotta get to know the fucking big local promoter. Like I think that's just so fucking like whack at the end of the day. Like
Yeah.
you're either gonna get probably fucked over. You're probably gonna like you might make a friend, but like he's not gonna really be able to help you outside of just getting you some shows every now and then. Like the only thing that's gonna help you is your own art. And
Yeah.
like
Oh shit. Damn. No,
but
that's heavy, bro. Yeah. No, for real. Is that like something you've had to learn, or you always went into this kind of with that intention, just like yo, let my shit speak for me, or was it like getting jaded along the lines with couple shady tactics here and there or whatever?
I mean, I personally like I never really had too bad of an experience and working with I mean, I mean, I feel like everybody in this industry eventually will work with somebody that has had a bad experience with a promoter or something along those lines. Um, I've never been too terribly like affected by it so much in the fact that like I don't know, like I all of a sudden just stopped working in a market or something, or like I don't know. There was, goddamn, dude. I'm trying to think of this like any particular times where it's like I feel like I've been really like wronged, but I don't know. It's just like working just in the gamut is not necessarily a huge priority. I feel like in building your brand. Like I feel like so many people focus on that, and I'm like, stop, no,
Yeah, no, that's a
no.
good point. It's like honestly, there's people just when somebody's like green, and somebody's really new to something, it's like you almost give them less respect. But it's like why? Maybe they're taking a little bit easier of a route just because they didn't break their back. That's better for them. It should be easier for everybody else coming afterwards. Same thing with the
Totally.
people before us, bro. They paved the way for us. A lot of people did this. And did work the gamut a lot harder than we did too. You know what I mean? We're put through the ringers like crazy. So, I mean, maybe we're
Yeah.
gonna get back to that, and it's gonna because I feel like we got to do a little bit of rebuilding with everything that's going on. But hey,
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I heard a lot of the man, I heard the Wonder Bar went under, which was really sad to hear.
yeah,
I know that I've heard of a couple other small venues that are definitely being pretty hit pretty hard about it.
yeah,
It
even some
definitely
big
sucks. I
ones.
mean, like there's some that I know that are hanging on. I know the Black Box is definitely doing some stuff. Um, I mean, I'm not sure if Aisle Five did Aisle Five is in Atlanta.
Shit, I hope not. I hope they're still good, man. That's definitely one of my favorite
Mhm.
places.
That's probably my favorite one in Atlanta. That
Yeah,
would make me so fucking bummed if that
bro,
went.
for real. It's so nice and like
Um,
intimate too. It's not the biggest, but it's definitely like one of the best.
the house sound system is so good. It's like one of the best house sound systems I've ever played on.
For
I was
real.
blown away.
For real, man. Do you have a
Uh,
favorite place to play in particular? Like, do anywhere in?
Milwaukee is always such a good show up every time I go out there. Atlanta is also another one that really turns out well. Nashville's really started to like kind of cultivate their own thing.
Yeah, for real.
Trying to think. Went to Santa Cruz for a festival this last year, about a year ago, and that actually was surprisingly better than I like necessarily was anticipating.
Damn.
Um,
Santa Cruz sounds dope, bro.
so yeah, I don't know. Like it's wild to me because it's like I know nobody here in my hometown is aware of me. Like but I'll go out to the most random fucking places, like Morgantown, West Virginia, and it sells out. Or so it's just wild to me. Like
Yeah.
you don't necessarily have to again do the whole local thing.
Yeah. No, and it's like it's kind of weird with the whole Midwest like thing. It's too like everywhere from Ohio to well, I want to say Kansas, because then you get to Colorado, but they're just like you all got your own particular uh styles and sounds and everything. And everyone, Ohio's definitely got the weird Yeti kind of stuff, and
Yeah, yeah.
Missouri, you're fucking holding it down too, man. Milwaukee and Chicago, they got their own thing. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, but the scenes over there are kind of very spread out. You got Michigan and Chicago and stuff, but you think that has like something to do with people's art, it just being not
You
affected
know,
by all that shit?
I feel like it translates to other art for sure. Like, Texas rap has its own like area with Houston, and so does Memphis, and Florida has recently, or like over the last like 5 to 10 years, has really blown up in its own rap scene.
For
Uh,
real.
the Northern Cali certainly has its own rap scene as well as, and they all have like their own aesthetics. Like totally, like East Coast rap versus West Coast rap was a huge aesthetic difference in the '90s.
For real.
I mean, I feel like that totally translates to literally any genre. So like that could very much so it translates to us. It's funny because like whenever anybody asks like where I'm from, I every time I ever say Columbia, Missouri, they're always like, "What?" I would have never guessed. Like I've had literally anything from like the UK to fucking like LA to Denver. That's another one that's all the time, but never Columbia, Missouri.
Dude.
So
Hey, that
I'm
might
not
be a
sure
good
like
one.
if somebody was like, oh, what's the Missouri style of music? Like, I don't think anybody like
Yeah.
really have an idea.
No, so that's why I asked if you have like other squad members that you kind of do this with, or you have any inspirations right now besides like hip hop that you're kind of like looking towards, or is it just pretty much you being out there in
I mean,
Colombia
it's
and
right
doing?
now. It's definitely just me here. I mean, like, cause I would. I've always contemplated the idea of like, oh, I could go out and like grow a brand in LA or go out and move out to. But I feel like again, not that it like matters that like I would be like a little fish in a bigger sea. I just think it's unnecessary. Like at the end of the day, like Columbia, Missouri right now is my home. So it seems incredibly unnecessary for me to like go and do something when I could just go fly there for a day or two or
Very
you
true.
know because the internet is literally everything anymore when it comes to communication or making any form of networking.
Yeah.
And like in person shit's always still good. I'm right now missing it more than ever, but like I still don't need to like go make a base somewhere else. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
not
especially
necessary.
now, if anything. Especially now we're seeing that the big cities are like not the necessarily the places you need to be right now, you know? Everyone's moving out of them if anything.
No, exactly. I mean, I honestly in my own hometown, Lord love it. It's definitely not one of the better like. I mean, we have a little mask ordinance, you know, and we're doing our thing, but we're definitely like way the fuck behind everybody else. I feel like just given the fact that we're Missouri and our governor sucks.
Hey, you got
But
legal weed I guess now too, so
yeah, I
you
mean,
know.
I'll take it,
Yeah.
but fuck, man, that's been its own fucking process. That literally passed 2 years ago, and we still don't have a dispensary open. It's
Damn.
so fucking whack.
Wow. That's yeah, that's bullshit, bro. I was reading into all like what it takes into Boston and why there's only two over here too because it's been maybe a one or two opened up recently too, but it's just like half that money would just go right to the government. It's like such a trial period. You're
Mhm.
just like you don't even know if it's gonna work. So who's taking a risk on something that could be just not even it could be criminal next year too, depending on who's in office and shit. You know?
Who fuck knows, man? Like
Yeah.
it's fucking so whack. I really hope that everybody goes out there and votes and like participates in the process of getting the current dickhead president out of office. I hate to make it political, but holy shit, is it
Dude,
not more important than ever right now?
bro,
Holy
ridiculous.
shit.
I saw some stat though that is like it's reflecting that like way more 180 times the amount of people voted already than they have been in the past too. So it's like
Yeah,
wow,
no,
thank God.
fucking. I think like last year, again, this was like, or sorry, like this was like a week or two ago that I read it. But I think like only like a year ago, or sorry, the last 2016 election, there was like only 10,000 people that had voted like early,
Yeah.
and I think we're over a million now.
Oh shit.
I think that's wild, but
Yeah,
it's fucking awesome that people are out there like
bro,
you
for
know.
real. Yeah, just it's like it's honestly ridiculous what's going on right now. Like these two jerk offs. It's like wow, we got this many people and this is who we're looking for. Like what are we doing right now?
Dude, it's so fucking, dude, it's so bad. It's like I was really hoping that like during the debate nobody was gonna like go like start debating essentially their who's mentally more capable of doing it because that's like good job America. We essentially got two people that are literally fighting over who's more mentally like less handicapped over the job. Like it doesn't make any sense, but like great job America.
Yeah, it's like what, and then what do you base it off of? The SAT scores or some shit? Like what do you even base it off of? It's ridiculous at this point. Big pissing
Fuck
contest.
man.
Yeah, man.
So
You got any future releases planned? You got anything big? I know that fuck the police tune went over well.
yeah. Yeah, I'm wanting to release some more shit this month for sure. I was gonna maybe do a couple free releases.
Nice.
I just talked. I can't really say with who or like with where or what, but I found a release for Swing.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
the remix I did of Savage's Swing. That was on the first song for the Gourmet mix. That is getting a release later in December.
Oh, okay.
Um, so I can't say where, but it's definitely. I was really excited to hear from it though.
Dude, that fucking mix is like it's like 50 tracks in 30 minutes kind of shit, bro. You just jam
Yeah, no,
pack them in there.
I had to squeeze as many in there as I could. I essentially it's like my favorite mixes that I've been doing as Smith for the last 5 years, all like combined into one.
Oh
Like
shit.
because I never put out a mix, and it was like probably my most requested thing for like the last 2 3 years. Like, you know, people wanting like the idea of like how I am live, and I feel like that's generally like I don't have like a because I put it in Ableton for some of the like acapellas, but generally speaking, that's like the speed of my mixing. Just like
Okay.
I in the same way that I feel like I have a hip hop aesthetic in my music, I feel like I have a hip hop aesthetic in my mixing where I just kind of like transition to the next thing, changing flows up like very regularly.
Oh shit.
So
Yeah, you think that comes from, cutting your teeth and working all these shows? Because I mean, obviously that's kind of people how that's how they like they want to receive things, after a long time of playing out. Sometimes I'll make these long intros or long transitions when I'm working on them at home, and then I get to play them out. I'm like, no, 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 I gotta skip that next time. It's like they just want the ups downs, kind of,
I
maybe a
mean,
little
like
bit.
whenever.
Oh, oh, sorry, you kind of cut
Oh
out there at
man,
the
yeah,
beginning.
my bad.
No, you're good, you're good.
You play on CDJs, right?
No, I'm on Ableton.
Okay, so you're on Ableton. Have you ever performed on CDJs?
Not performed. No, I've like fucked around with them and played little home sets, but yeah, never
I
live.
mean, like, how often, like, whenever you mix, do you incorporate a whole lot of like, do you like do instrumental type stuff in there, or do you do like,
Oh yeah, yeah. I
okay,
stem it out, and if I have my own, I'll try to chop up whatever I can. Use stuff from like years ago, even if I'm not dropping it, and just like to throw over, and that's why I kind of haven't transitioned to CDJs because I have like a lot of acapellas and stems kind of thing that I wouldn't
yeah,
know how to
exactly,
translate. Are you
yeah,
on? You're on CDJs though, right?
yeah, I'm on CDJs, but that's just what I've been doing for a while. I could see the like potential really in Ableton, like with as far as just how people have done it in the past, like G Jones, his mixing. Every single time I've ever seen him over the course of the last 5 years, it's just like increasingly more impressive.
Yo,
And
honestly,
a lot of that I feel like has just been like purely his use of Ableton. And like I think Ableton can be the most optimal way. And CDJs are keep like they're gonna keep trying. They're gonna keep like adding new features. Like the new 3000s have the like key master sync or whatever the fuck, which is sick. It's so fucking dope. I mean, and it does to some degree make it easy mode, but it definitely opens opportunities to do like more cool shit that essentially Ableton can just do on the fly immediately. Like,
absolutely. Yeah,
and I think that like Ableton is like it can be the most like and like easy way out to mix, but it can be the most essentially like opportunities to do the craziest, coolest shit. Even like doing live performance type shit if you take
absolutely.
advantage of it.
Yeah, you could
But
you could definitely lean on it and use it as a crutch, to just get out of warping and sinking and shit like that, But at the same time, CDJs can be done. There's easy mode on CDJs, but it's just
yeah,
like people they kind of frown upon that just as if they frown upon controllers. But I mean, catch a fucking G Jones set and you'll be like, what is this man doing up there? Especially if you're familiar with his
exactly.
like discography and stuff like that. You're just like, this dude's taking samples, warping them, going crazy, throwing them over other things, and like that freedom and that uniqueness that you can make with Ableton, I think is what sets it apart. But it's you got to unlock it. It's Pandora's box. It goes as deep as you want it to go. Honestly.
Exactly. I think that it's it's all about how you want to interpret your live set. Like for me, like I said, the hip hop aesthetic really works. I would love to be able to incorporate more acapellas. In fact, I'm just what I was thinking about doing like in my just after making this mix is literally just like having custom VIP acapellas and just having that exclusively for me to use for live sets rather than um, just having the song that I usually mix. But I don't know. There's all kinds of cool shit that I think either way can have, but I think aesthetically they definitely serve like to their maximum purposes completely different things.
Definitely.
So like if you have the much more like experimental live experience, I feel like with Ableton, while you have like the incredibly traditional but like I don't know, somewhat organic way of mixing on CDJs.
Yeah,
But
it's like I mean, unless you're laid back Luke, kind of he's killer on some CDJs. I think he spins on like 8 or something ridiculous, But I
oh
guess
my god,
you could even unlock it with those too. But why would you want to spend like what's 8 times 2,500? I don't even know, bro. Like that's just
for sure.
not in my
I
budget.
was watching a video of fuck, I think it was Subtronics, and he was doing like a one-handed chopping thing. Like I was like, get the fuck out of here, dog. Like what in the fucking
Oh, bro.
nobody I've never seen anybody do something like that. I was
Yeah.
so impressed. I mean, and it just showed me that like again, like they all serve like their own like cool way of how you can interpret this the live performance essentially of DJing.
Yeah, I mean, and you're doing, you're not dropping 45 rhythm tracks in 30 minutes. It's like
No,
it's like different
no.
stuff too. So I mean, I think that says something on its own too, because people could just play a song and then end it, maybe a little transition here and there. So like you're fucking working behind the decks too, man. So it's not like you're doing
Yeah, man, I
nothing,
really appreciate that.
Of
When
course, man.
what was the fuck? Have we played on a bill together since I was a Smith?
I don't. You know what? I don't think so. Probably festivals, but I don't even think on the same day or anything. Because I don't think I've like
Mm-hmm.
really even seen you or like around. Like or caught a set to be honest. So I wouldn't even know what to expect beside like other than that mix right there. So it's been
Oh
at least a
yeah.
couple years since I seen what was going on. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I'll definitely when everything gets back to quote unquote normal, I'll have to have Corey hit up your agent. We'll have to make some shows happen
Yep.
because I think it would totally work. We could
Yep.
totally. I mean, and I'm not even sure if you'd be down for like a back to back type thing, but I think that shit would be really fun too.
Bro, of course. Oh, dude, I'm down, man. Of course. And we talked about a track here and there too, and just like I think that's how little we've ran into each other. Because every time we do, it's just like, yo, let's get on a track or fucking talk some more too. And then it's like until the next stream. Then it was like stream. I caught your stream set like 3 months ago, and then it was like, all right, yo, yeah, let's get back on a track. But I think it's just good to know that we're both in it for the long run too, and when it does happen, it'll happen. So I think that's why there's been like no pressure amongst us to be like on our ass. And I think that's a nice relationship to have, because there's been
Mm-hmm.
there's been vice versa too, where I'll hit up somebody and be like, oh, you want to get on it? You want to get on it? And then the other way, oh, you want to get on it? And I always feel bad if I'm working on too many things or some shit. But
Yeah, dude. Sometimes I can be the like worst when it's like, hey, you want to work on a song, and then we get like this, like, yeah, we'll work on a song, and then nobody sends each other the other thing. I've done it like so
yeah.
many times. So like, if I've ever done it to anybody here watching, I'm so sorry. But I'm I do have things in the pipeline. The hardest part is whenever you get like something going that you have an intention to like collab, and then you're like, this is so dope. I don't want to share it. This is, you know what I mean? This is my
Yeah.
tune now, dog.
Yep.
Like, and it's a struggle sometimes. Like, and especially if you're in a creative rut and you're just trying to get something good, and then you finally do, and like, you don't necessarily always want to make it a collaboration.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I 100% feel it. And then sometimes you'll get to like 90% with that song, and I'm like, fuck, maybe I should have asked somebody to do it. But now I don't want to send it because it's 90% done. And it's like, fuck, bro. Like, I don't know. Sometimes that works out for the best, though, because I've definitely, like, um, had my, not weight pulled, but, some people have done more in some collabs. I've done more, and it's like a give take kind of relationship with a lot of the collabs. I've always ended up happy with them too, but sometimes it's just like you don't want to give up that gem.
Yeah, and I've never had anything like awkward. Like I've never had like somebody being like, no, this is what I want in the song. Like I mean, it's always been like anybody I've ever worked with has been very mutual and like collaborative in the collab. So like I think that I don't know. I think it's really really dope and entirely that the scene itself is incredibly supportive to each other, and the fact that like especially like as we like start to like funnel into like our growth, and we are like we see kind of more of a sense of like building on like upon each other. I see a lot of that. It's really dope where like Easy Bakes is fucking really hard with uh, of the trees right now. I saw that he sent them stems. I thought that shit was fucking fire. I got a collaboration going on right now with Recno and Easy Baked.
Hey,
Um, so like it's all about like the synergy that's going on in the scene is so dope.
yeah, yeah. It's dope that it's not like in a way, kind of feel like it's like hip hoppy in like a contest kind of, but not big ego. It's like we're all trying to lift each other up kind of contest instead of shit on each other and bring it down.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's like everybody is excited to share like what they just recently made. Like, and
Yeah.
that it's in of itself is like nobody's ever like an asshole about it. Like anytime I've ever shared anything, like if there is criticism, it's very constructive and like um as far as any kind of like sense of inspiration, I think that everybody feeds off of each other really, really well. I don't see a lot of toxicity in the world of EDM that we currently exist in.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I'm sorry if you hear my dog
Hey, you're good. Hey, you're a
barking.
special appearance, bro. No,
um,
is it would you want to get back and do like a collab project with anybody or anything like that, or are you pretty set on still being just your
I'm,
solo?
I mean, like I'm always open to working with people if it ends up working out. Like, I think that like whenever I have something and I do want to share it with somebody else, like then I already had it in mind with how it sounds. Like the one that I made with gosh, I'm trying to think of my last um Shanghai Doom.
Sure.
They sent me essentially like a very aesthetically like on their like point type deeper song, and I took it and I made it a little wonkier and heavier, and they really fucked with it, and they really liked it, and like it just like it really fit into like this really good melding process, and like that was them sending me, and then
Ooh.
for like the one I did with Easy Baked and Recno, it was just like a really boppy 808 with these kind of like aesthetically Memphis bop type lyrics on the bottom of it, and I just sent it to both of them, and they really dug it, and I just thought like the idea of those beats like aesthetically really fit with them. So like I try my hardest to like fit it that way
Okay.
more than anything.
Yeah. No, that's definitely how have done it too. And then sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't want to send it to this person because then everyone's gonna think that they made that part. But like, it's just weird. Like, I made like a piano fucking crazy roll sometimes, and I was like, I don't want to send it to. I mean, I told Grady would get on a fucking project. And this was like a year or two back before he even like was real huge too, so he was like, I'm like, I told Grady we'll get on a project, but I don't want to send this to him because everyone's gonna think he made these crazy pianos. This is the craziest pianos I've ever made. And then the track never came out too, so it's like I shot myself in the foot. But yeah.
um Damn, holy shit, yeah, actually the one that I made with Grady, it wasn't that process. In fact, it was the complete opposite, where I sent him like the fattest fucking like bass riff thing, and then he ended up actually just laying like a whole lot of like really good keys, and then like structuring it in a really proper way, and it ended up working out really, really well. He's a great collaborator. In fact, like if he really digs like what you sent him, he'll like flip it around and give you something really proper.
Oh hell yeah.
G Space, by the way, if anybody's asking.
Oh yeah. No,
When we're
dope
talking about
dude
Grady.
too. He's good, got good vibes too. Good flips and good vibes, bro.
Yeah, I literally just the last year at Soundhaven. I'm not sure. Did you play Soundhaven last year?
Last year, yeah, yeah. Yes,
Um,
sir.
I played that one on like a Saturday night, and I think we ended up playing on the same night. And that was like the first time we met each other. And he ended up remixing one of my songs like 3 or 4 years ago, the Till They Drop, which
Oh,
is
okay.
probably my most played song. And I guess like it really took off for him back when he released the remix, as far as like starting his career, and anyways, he just like came up to me, and the first thing he said was, "Bro, I owe everything and thank you to your career, man. You were, I was just like such a positive dude. I was like, oh well, man, I really appreciate it. It's really flattering to hear, my dude. I'm opening up for you right now."
Oh man, dude, largest of compliments. Yeah, damn, that's huge though. But yeah, that song
He's a good
definitely,
dude.
that was a big one. Till they drop, bro. That was
Yeah, no, man, that one was really surprising. When I shared it to like some of my friends at the time, they were like kind of negative about it. Where I was like, okay, well, we'll see what it's like. And I put it out, and everybody seemed to really like it. I was like,
yeah,
damn, okay.
yeah.
So again, like one of those things where it's put yourself out there, and see if it works. Because at the time when I put that one out there, I was just like, man, this is so simplistic, but you know, we'll see what happens.
Has that had an
And
effect on like the you releasing music like afterwards too, and what you kind of lean into or what you
uh,
sample even?
yeah, honestly, that one really was funny. Um, I that was probably the song that I learned that like having rap lyrics is a really good idea. Like essentially having especially some degree of like a fairly known song, but like that isn't like you're trying to like cheese off onto like something like for example, whenever I'll play live, I'll always drop D4L's Laffy Taffy, and I would love to get the acapella. I can't find it anywhere, but it aesthetically like it's so like it takes you back to like the fucking 2006 dance party in high school playing like the hot rap song of the time. Same thing with like even like a Soldier Boy song. Now granted, I probably wouldn't play like I probably if I was to do a Soldier Boy acapella, I'd probably do like Crank That, but I wouldn't do like I'm trying to think of the other corny type Soldier Boy songs right now. There's quite a
Kiss
few
me
of
through the
them.
phone.
Yeah, that one. I probably would not do kiss you through the phone. Um, you know, and I think the Till They Drop is the first one where I was like, okay, like rap songs are definitely like an aesthetic, and I kind of was already there with like one or two songs before then, but that one really solidified it for me. Where I was like, okay. Then I started putting like the Franchise Boys and one after that. Fuck. Mad had the Kendrick Lamar Mad City. Uh, and just like doing that, and maybe not necessarily just doing a complete remix, just like taking like a small hook and then like looping it and chopping it up.
Just the idea of
Because
giving a
then
narrative.
well exactly like if there's like one specific segment that like really like fits the aesthetic of the beat, then and then you can chop it up and do whatever. Like um fuck the Biggie song, uh I forget what the original is, but he says relax and take notes while I smoke on the marijuana smoke or something like that. I shows you fucking how well I am at knowing it. But I just chopped it up and looped it and then put it over the Still Dream remix, and it's just like it felt the aesthetic of just like okay, like I'm not going into just like taking the entire acapella and just layering it on top. And I've done that too. Like that's okay if that also fits the aesthetic.
Yeah.
And if you just want to call it a complete remix, oftentimes I don't because I want to try and distribute it to like to some degree on Spotify
Yeah, do you have
and
a lot of
like
trouble with that too?
not yet, knock on fucking wood, but I feel like I push the boundaries of it for sure. Where it's like, especially on SoundCloud, I've always been a little worried that like I'll just wake up one morning and see that like all of my songs have just been taken down off of SoundCloud.
God damn. Are you getting hit with the Juicy J lawsuit for Suicide
Um,
Boys?
no, no, never, dog. Holy shit,
Six
dude.
million. They hit
That was
they hit
so
Smith for
fucked
6 million,
too.
guys.
That's so fucked. I mean, I get it though. I get it, but
Yeah.
holy shit, that's so
But yeah,
fucked.
that's rough, man. Because they were kind of cool, I guess. I don't know if they had a falling
No,
out or
Juicy J.
something.
I fucking I forget the names of the guys of Suicide Boys. I think like Ruby or something like that. He produced for Juicy J. And like I thought those were some of the better Juicy J songs that had come out in a while based on the production.
Yeah.
And like and also like right now I feel like rap music is in this like weird genre where it's the producers, at least to some degree, are just as big as the rapper. And I'm like, maybe not like they're not necessarily getting paid the same,
Yeah.
but like, like I feel like there's much more of an understanding of credit towards the producer. I mean, like, even beyond just watermarks, like, I think, like, for example, Kenny Beats,
That's
he's
true.
really solidified himself and just essentially like a, being the big dude for trap bass music for hip hop. I mean, like, and he's kind of crafted his own way, like with Rico Nasty and Zach Fox. He's done a couple big ones with him, which I love.
Yeah.
Um,
Like silly too, you know? It's not all like necessarily like it's got to be the serious trap shit too, you know?
mhm,
Which I like. It's like a whole new side.
for sure. People are getting goofy now. Have you ever heard of Young Gravy?
No.
Dude, you have to look him up sometime. This dude, excuse me. I feel like at this point in my, I've, I've, I've hit the bell curve of really kind of liking him, where I feel like, all right, I get his shtick now. It's all right. It kind of wore off a little bit. But anybody who's new to them will really, really fucking like him because he's just so unique and like he essentially is like the fraternity guy, the frat guy that somehow like made it into rap music,
Young
and
Gravy?
he's out there trying to get your mom and fucking make biscuits and gravy in the morning.
Damn.
Like it's the fucking weirdest shit, but it's so fucking funny too.
All right. Hey, I'm down.
Um, but like things like that again, like when I was talking about like people sticking out in a genre where it's like, okay, I feel like everybody's done it. Everybody's done the same fucking thing now, and what's new? And then somebody's able to like push that envelope a little bit further.
Yeah. No.
That's what really grabs my attention.
It's you know, it's kind of like mutual too, like you said, the producers are getting the credit now too, and it's almost like
Mm-hmm.
weird how in our scene, like there was, you know, the big name getting called out for not giving credit to songwriters and this, that, and the third. And it's kind of weird how it's like the opposite in this scene where it's like they're featured vocalists and they almost get pushed to the side, like if unless you're like Born Eye or somebody who's like made it, oh, here I am, like I'm a presence in here too, just like like who were you just talking about, Zach Fox producer,
Oh, Kenny Beats?
Kenny Beats. It just slipped my mind. Yeah, yeah, like him.
No, you're good.
He's a big presence for in rap, you know, being a producer. Whereas Born Eye is a big presence in the bass scene, being a vocalist too. It's like weird how in the different scenes, like people are ranked differently in terms of like importance. I mean, you know, not that they should be, but it's just weird how they fall to the wayside. And in the other scene, rap, it's like we get pushed to the back burner, or we have been, and now it's
Yeah,
like almost rising up. We're meeting in the
yeah.
middle somewhere.
It's definitely cool to see that producers are getting recognition like they are. I think that like if somebody said it in the chat earlier, where it's like I already know there's gonna be producers right now on SoundCloud that are like in 5 or 10 years from now will be like the fucking like London Beats or will be the next fucking DJ Mustard. Like somebody said DJ Young Vamp in the chat earlier, and like that's another one where it's like he's such a fucking like his mixing and his percussion is so on point. The aesthetic that he has is so like to a T his sound. That like I think that he's gonna get noticed. He's gonna get like some rapper's gonna, you know, either he fucking pays to have a rapper on a beat or a rapper really really likes his beat and pays for it. Either way, like I mean he's going to end up working with somebody probably big because his sound is so good. Like
Yeah,
and it kind of rounds it to the whole like selling your art, you know, because so much of that is going to be the driving force for anything that you do. Like the vehicle of your career is what you make on your computer.
for real.
It's
Yeah,
not so much like playing shows or social media posts or fucking other stupid gimmicks that try to keep your relevance straight. It's going to be ultimately like putting the next fucking bop out,
yeah,
and
for
then
real.
hopefully you have good management that can push it out. You know.
Yeah, yeah, no, for real. Keep it going, you know, and just keep that momentum and keep pushing yourself as an artist too, because that's the important thing, you know. And with that,
Mm-hmm.
you want to listen to some of the fucking submissions we got in here. There's been
Yes.
like too many, honestly. So we're
Oh
gonna
yeah, I'd love to
go
listen.
chronologically. Yeah, all right. Let's take a trip over. If you need to hit the hot box, we'll drive over to the studio
Hell
right now.
yeah. Hell yeah.
I'll fucking join you. And we got 5 Star up first, man. And I'm just gonna make sure a couple of these people are in here. I don't want to listen to their beat before I open it. But I saw Jafufu. I saw Sky
Ooh, ooh.
Sweet.
I
Five
like it.
Star. Yeah. All right. Just making sure y'all are in here. Let's go with our first one of the day right now. We got motherfucking 5 Star Bubblegum Remix. This is that Easy Bake G Space and S Fam remix comp, actually.
Oh shit.
Let's go. Yeah,
So
man.
dope.
Yeah, 5-star. Link us that SoundCloud, please. Fuck, man.
Yeah, if you'd love to send me the DL on it, whoever wants to, whoever made it. What was the name? Big Star, 5-star,
5-star. Yeah, 5-star.
5-star. Fuck yeah, 5-star, my
Yes,
dude.
sir. Yo, very dope, man. Too. I think that's gonna be you just fare very well in the contest if that's what it is, or they just gave the stems out for just for you guys to have them. But either way, that's a nice one to have in the arsenal, bro.
Oh, fucking yeah. Holy shit.
Advice
What
wise,
BPM was that, you know?
I don't know. What do you think 5-star? What kind of BPM we looking at? You think you got anything maybe feedback wise to say? Because I might be at a loss for words with this one.
I mean, like the mix was proper. I mean, like everything on it was proper. I think that like, I mean, if there's a contest, that would be up to being one of my winners. But I've only heard one so far, but it's really fucking good submission so far. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking killer sound design. I great job on the minimalism. I think that like you left a perfect amount of space in the audio sphere, as far as just like letting things breathe and like making things sound real effective. Fucking absolute slapper. I mean, like I'd have to give it literal multiple listens before I could actually feel like I could give good criticism.
Yeah.
Like it's that good.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like that's why I'm sure if it was like really put under a spectrum and really like nitpicked, maybe there would be something. But just in first listen, there's like literally, it sounded.
Yeah, I'd be like, if I heard that shit live, I'd be getting the fuck down for sure.
Yeah,
absolute slapper.
Hell yeah. And dude, the next one's actually the same thing, a bubblegum remix too, man. So they might just be over here taking over the stream tonight. I don't know.
Yeah, they dropped those stems and I was even tempted. I was like, I might make some.
Yo, shit, man. I might have to too after hearing these guys, but I don't want to compete with them. I might just have to take them and just fucking hold them. Or just have like a VIP or something. I don't know. But yeah, man, let me see what we got. This is Jafufu over here with the Easy Bake S-Fam and G-Space remix as well.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go. What is this? Audius.com? I've never seen this. You ever heard of SoundCloud?
What's a SoundCloud?
Oh, it's got moods, not even genres. It's gritty.
Good vibe switch.
Oh my god, Jafufu.
Okay. All right.
Ooh.
We got a little competition
That one's got a wetter sound for sure. That one's definitely real wet.
Yeah.
It's aesthetically very like different, but I think that they both bop in their own way for
Yeah.
sure.
100%.
I mean, does the original have any vocals? I mean, I don't even remember like what the original sounds like. Like I remember bopping to it like earlier in the summer, but I don't remember what it sounds like. Does it have vocals at all?
I don't know, honestly. It honestly sounds like I could imagine it sounding like a mix between the two of what we just heard too. Like just I feel like 5 Star was kind of like an easy baked, like real deep down and wubby vibe, and then that was like a S fam, just like gritty. What the fuck's going on right here? Kinda.
Yeah, definitely the comparison there. Definitely the comparison. I can't say like which one I would say I prefer. I think it's all aesthetically different. I think that both were mixed really well. I thought the snare, particularly on the second Jafufu remix, was really fucking proper. The way I end up actually mixing my kicks would be a little more different than those. I think I actually mixed more in like the grittier, lower, like 30 to 40 hertz realm, and I think those were kind of top heavy on the kicks. I think you could experiment a little more, like adding a little sidechain more to the low end on the sub and adding some more low end to the kicks. I think that could actually sound pretty fucking dope. I mean, at the end of the day, they were both really fucking proper, though.
Yeah. Yeah, if I had to judge those just between those two, I'd be kind of pissed off, man. I'd be like, I don't know. How do you even judge that at that point, you know? Maybe if I had.
I mean, how many winners are there supposed to be? I mean, shit.
Yeah, man, Jafufu, I thought that was dope too. I did like the snare as well, but maybe a little variation. That's what I noticed kind of towards the end. Like there was that big ass snare. It hit real hard. I loved it too, but it just was like the only snare towards the end, and it could have switched up before, but my mind didn't really like pick up on things until there. So I mean, you had me pretty much lost until there. You know, like I was bopping. But the one thing I did think was
the synth switch in the first remix was pretty fucking on point. The from when it goes to the the 8 on top of the 808s to when it goes into the switch of the wonk is pretty good.
Yeah.
Again, I think they're just aesthetically different. I think like I agree with you. A little more of a switch up on the second one could be dope, but overall it's fucking both fire.
Yeah.
Both very dope.
Yeah.
And also, I like the length. I mean, I think I'm going to guess that was like 2.5 minutes. I mean, I'm not sure if you played the entire thing, but like, or if you just played like the first drop. But
no, 2:28. Like, yeah, 2.5, right on the money.
So like, I think that is literally the prime like length of a song. Yeah. Because personally, the way I mix is I don't play second drops usually. I like to essentially make my music in the same way. Not necessarily that there aren't second drops, but that I'm just going to move things quick. I'm going to have like a 4-bar build up, go into like an 8-bar drop, 4-bar build up, 8-bar drop. And then like, let's move on to the next thing.
Okay. No, I feel you. Well, he did a good job, man, because there was a lot of ideas in there, too. There was some bass switches up and, like, some fucking synth switch ups. And, like, the variation was fucking really great, you know? And I just think that snare maybe at the end could use a little either more fills or something like that, because you did cut it out at one point, and I was like, oh, I kind of like that. But there's only so many times I guess you could do the cutout kind of mode. So I would say maybe just switch it up or another fake out or two. But I liked it either way, dog. I think you both got a real good chance of winning, so... Thank you for the submissions, and we got a couple more. We got fucking Sky Suite up next too. Luckily, with not submission to this goddamn contest, but it's one called Check, Mr. Sky Suite. Let's see what you got.
Check this out. Check this out. Check this out.
Sky Sweet. Big one, big one. Oh, there he is. Hitting the ball. We missed it. Ripping another bongski. This man. Hey. Took him to the hot box twice, I think, with that one, Sky Sweet. That was dope though.
That was definitely some good melody. I fucked with that melody heavy.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great job on as far as just overall structure. The sound design on the synth was pretty proper. I think if it's still unreleased, maybe change that snare to something that's on the less fatty wide and try and go onto like the snappy tight. Because I think that could really work out. I like the kick and the frequency that it was hitting. Yeah, it was a proper song. I mean, absolutely fucking proper song. It reminded me of I'm trying to think of the producer right now. I'm thinking Mersive.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
Mersive. It was really reminding me of a good like big Mersive type tune.
Ooh. Okay.
So, big ups.
Yeah. No, it definitely had like the girth and stuff like that too, man. That shit was. I mean, just look at it; it's thick as fuck. It sounds like it's mixed.
Yeah, I was like,
mastered.
yeah, that master is pretty big.
Yeah. So that's, you know, if it's not like done completely, I would say kind of the same thing. Maybe a little variation in the snare and the kick. Mostly the snare, and I would say maybe the intro a little bit too. It's kind of got the same like wobble, the same like chord progression as the drop too. Maybe a little bit different. But I don't know, Sky Sweet, you do a really good job of like having like dreamy intro sequences and stuff like that too. So I don't know, maybe you could bring that to the table in this one too, because it sounds like even in the build up to the second one, it's kind of like the same, I think, chord progression or like couple notes that you use. So maybe just a little variation there in the snare. But honestly, it's dope.
Try using a rim with a clap, but it really adds a good snap. And then you can also use the rim on kind of the off of the 3 of the 1 of the 4 beat of because then you can get a little more variation with the rim shot.
Okay.
Yeah, that's usually what I use, is just a clap and a rim shot, and that usually creates a pretty tight type snare effect. And then layer even that same snare over it. But like oftentimes my songs have like 4 or 5 snares that are just like layered and mixed together, and then using like variations of them in between throughout the song.
Okay.
And yeah, rim shots are really, really proper for that though.
No, definitely, especially that little like trap element to it, you know, some trap breaks or whatever, like kind of like triplet or something you want to add to it.
No, and I felt even in the melody like a very like trap type vibe to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that like you could still have like the bounce and add more bounce to it, because it was definitely like, regardless of the epic wideness of it, it had a very bounciness to it that sometimes can be evaded in a like big dubstep.
Yeah.
So big ups, man. It was a good one for sure.
Yeah. No, definitely, man. Sky Sweet, you're always coming in here throwing down too, man. This one's no different. So thank you for the submission today. Look forward to fucking the release, man. I don't know if you're gonna change it up or if this one's done as it is, because like we said, it's fucking thick, boy. It's thick as fuck.
Definitely a thick one for sure.
All right, yeah, but we got Vieira. I think I seen Vieira in the chat. Let me open up a couple more. Sensora, Mr. Josh Teed. All right, let's go, Vieira.
Did not know what's in your ear, did not even know what's in your ear, did not even how low, how can you know what's in your ear, did not even know what's in your ear, did not even how can you
Yo, send this one to your DMs. This one and my DMs to me.
Imagine did not know what's in your ear, imagine did not even know what's in your ear, imagine did not even how low, how can you know what's in your ear, imagine did not even know what's in your ear, imagine did not even how low, how can you
God damn.
Yep. 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 Yep.
The disclaimer says
that's the kind of shit, man. That's like the kind of aesthetic that like I feel like I'm always trying to aim for. Fucking killed it.
Yeah.
Fucking murder.
definitely. As soon as you hear that, you know, it would have been good with even without the Luda too. But as soon as you hear the Luda, you're like, oh shit, man. All right, let's go.
I mean, like my only I think does the drop hit with the Luda?
You want me to run it back a little bit? You want me to see?
Just run it back from the drop, because if that'd be like my only thing is that if it starts with the Luda, like let the fucking first 8 bars sing and then bring in the Luda and make people go nuts.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's it.
Never would have imagined, did not know what's in your ear. Would have imagined, did not even know what's in your ear.
If you let that first part ring, first part ring, and then just then bring in the fucking the Luda vocal, and you're home free.
For real.
Fucking Graham slammed it.
What about you like the Never Would It Imagine right in the beginning, or that should be the lead up, or what?
You could. I mean, honestly, sometimes nothing works. Sometimes, if you have a specific sample that works well with it, or if you want to have something from the acapella of the Luda vocal, it works. Whatever works, but definitely let that instrumental part of it sing, and then fucking slap in the fucking, and then fucking your 5,000 plus people crowd will go absolutely apeshit. Guaranteed.
For real. That was a big one too, man. So maybe like you said, let the bass breathe. You know, just let that shit.
That's something Peekaboo will be playing.
That's
for
true.
Sure.
That's true. Yeah, bro. I mean, hey, I got nothing to say about that one. I thought that was dope. This is definitely the man who would know about that kind of tune. So listen to him.
That was a slapper.
Yeah. He goes, I think this one's extra fitting for Smith too. So he said that while submitting that. I think it worked out perfectly, bro. That was oof.
Fuck yeah.
Big one. All right, man. So good shit. Vieira and Psycho Octave.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Definitely hit me up in my DMs with that one for sure.
Yeah, for real. For real. Let me see if the DL's available too. I'll just take that. Okay, yeah, good. All right, nice. Sent fucking Sora. Okay.
Good one, man. That was definitely very Tipper-esque, man. Fuck with it.
Yeah. No, I love that. There's a little bit of a, I guess, atmospheric outro going on right here. Not to
Proper
disrespect the
master,
rest of
too.
it. What happened?
That was a proper master.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Nah, for real. I dig this part, too. But, yeah, man, I definitely dig the whole blending of both of these from this part to this part. You did it very tastefully. Maybe honestly, maybe you could use some of those dreamy elements in the hard part too. You know, like just cut away from some of the hard S towards that end, towards that like maybe last 8 bars, last 16 bars, and just like cut into some of the dreamy stuff back from the beginning, like that twinkle kind of thing, you know, and just a nice little pause of momentum, kind of, you know, is nice, especially when, you know, you could see the difference in time right there. It goes from that intro was so nice and dreamy, dude. I kind of want more of that, you know, and then that gritty part was like double the length. So maybe just add a little bit of elements in there in that drop, that gritty part, and I'd like it more than I do already, you know.
Yeah, no, man. It's definitely not the kind of thing that I would usually like play live, because it's just not my personal aesthetic, whatever I play. But I can always recognize like when something is good, or just like somebody was calling me out in my use of the word proper, but proper. If it's proper in the genre that it's in, then man, I can always recognize that shit.
Yeah, for
that was like sound design wise really, really on point. I fuck with it heavy. But yeah, man, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good one for sure.
Yeah.
It was proper.
Yeah, it's not like, I don't think it even needs like feedback in sense of like mixing, mastering, or anything like that. Yeah, but I would just say, it personal taste wise, I would just sprinkle more elements of that dreamy shit into the hard stuff too. But that's just all up to you at the end of the day, man. So I think you got a good one on your hands.
It was crunchy.
Crunchy, he says, like a supreme crunch wrap. Okay, Mr. Josh Teed, and then I see Bass Bronco down here. We got Smokestacks in the room.
Smokestacks.
Yes, sir.
Smokestack.
Taco Tuesday flip with a picture of the Migos, so definitely gonna be interesting. All right, let's get to him.
Name Jose. It's a long line at the doorway. Sipping taco, getting with the nacho, fucking with a bad vibe, but she go both ways. Turn up the brakes on the show day. I never ever see a bro day. Thinking to the eyes of the go face. The gang in the grill is a four-way.
She go both ways. Hand up the racks up a show day. Hand up the racks up a show day. I never ever see a bro day. Thinking to the eyes of the go face. The gang in the grill is a four-way.
Get out of here, my dude.
Hand up the racks up a show day.
So good.
She go both ways. She go both ways. Hand up the bad vibe, she bad vibe, but she go both ways. She go both, she go both ways. She go both ways. Hand up the bad vibe, she bad vibe, she go both ways.
Brakes off the show day. I never ever see a bro day. Get to the eyes of the go face. The gang in the grill. Oh, brakes off the show. I never ever see a bro day. Get to the eyes of the go face. The gang in the grill is a four-way.
She go both ways. Hand up the racks up a shoulder. She go both, she go both ways. She go both ways. Hand up the bad vibe, she go both ways. She go both, she go both ways.
She go both ways. Brakes off the show day. I never ever see a bro day. Get to the eyes of the go face. The gang in the grill is a four-way. The name Jose. No way. Sipping taco, getting with the nacho.
Racks up a shoulder. She go both ways. She go both ways. Bad vibe, she go both ways. She go both, she go both ways. Both ways.
She go both ways. Turn up no day. I never no day. Looking to the eyes of the go face. The gang in the grill is a four-way. My name Jose. Line at the doorway. Sipping taco, getting with the nacho, fucking with a bad vibe, but she go both ways. Turn up the racks on the show day. I never ever see a bro day. to the eyes of the go face. The gang get the real, it's a four-way. My name Jose. It's a long line at the doorway. Something taco, get it with the nacho. Fucking with a bad vibe, and she go both ways.
Damn.
Fucking
Okay.
killed it.
Smokestacks.
Fucking
Did he do exactly what you said to? Like let it come in a little bit, or was there Migos right off the jump?
No, I think he dropped it with the vocal. I think it started with the vocal too.
okay,
I think. But I mean, like overall, like I could give it the same criticism as the last one, but I feel like the aesthetic of this one's a little more in like the bop and the bootleg vibe of it. So I feel like you could just keep going with this one.
True.
I feel like this one feels more in like the proper like fucking heavy bootleg type tune. I fuck with it heavy. I think you leave it as is, honestly, as a flip.
Okay.
I mean, because I see that it's titled as flip. Definitely leave it that way because I think that it aesthetically works proper that way.
Oh, all
Proper.
Oh shit, man.
I
Yes.
say that almost like 5 times more now.
Yeah, because someone said there's a drinking game out there right now.
Yeah,
Take a
no,
shot.
I'm trying to get y'all fucked up.
Yo, it's done. It's done for, man. Everyone's done. We're all become fucking raging alkies now because of you, taking shots and shit.
Yeah, man.
But hey, it's all for a good cause because it's proper.
Proper, man. It's all proper.
Bro, all right.
yeah.
Well, it was the next person actually who said, that should be a drinking game. So it's this man Josh Teed, this stallion of a man. He comes in with his violin. Let's hear what he got.
Like a happy smoke.
Don't worry, I'll drive us safely. Damn, it's on the heater. Vibes.
Warrior.
Definitely a very moody piece. I like it though. It's I like the breakbeat type style and like like sampling that you use in there for sure. I'm just curious what he makes it in and what the the bass lines are made with? Like, is it is it like Operator with Ableton, or are you in like Serum with like FL, or?
Yeah, no, I'm not sure, and I don't even know if those would be samples. Oh, he
chat?
says Serum. He says Serum.
Serum.
Yeah.
Okay. I bet. I'm
Yeah.
just like, is it? Just curious because it sounds like they were warped a little bit. I'm not sure if you're taking it in audio and stretching it, but something in your bass lines and the sound design, it sounds like stretched and warped. I used to do the same thing with in Operator, and god damn, I don't know if that would be in the wavetable itself in Serum, or if that would be like how you're processing the audio itself. But that'd be like my only any form of like criticism is that there's like a warping type of sound in the bass line itself.
Was it like from like a warp mode, or did it sound like it was like still on beats and kind of warped?
I guess I'd have to be in the project file to actually listen and tell.
Okay.
But like
That's a good ear, though.
as far as favorites, I'm fucking high, man. I feel like I'm for being in your high bus or fucking 420 bus. It sounds like there's some kind of warping or goddamn, if I was in the Ableton project, something that's happening to the bass whenever it's getting stretched.
Oh shit.
Beyond that, though, that's like a small criticism of sound design as a producer. Like a general audience is not going to be like as remotely critical. But I'm just like trying to give a better sense of production, I guess. And
yeah, no, that's like great advice. I didn't even hear something like that. You know, some things I would chalk up to like off key. Now it's not even like I would hear a fucking warp or something. I would just be like, oh, that's off key, or some weird little artifact or something like that.
Like,
so
unless like when it comes to like things being in key and stuff, I'm actually kind of funny about it. Like when it comes to like bass lines being in key, or like kicks matching the key of your bass line, I try not to stress about it. The way I think about it, and because if you're gonna get your mind lost in that shit and spend more time trying to like tonally match things rather than just like think this sounds dope. Like if as long as you have that in your head that like, okay, what I'm making sounds dope, and then like from that you can formulate your criticism into making it sound more dope. But I feel like it just focus on, rather than like, okay, is my kick in key with the sub, or is my pianos and synth leads in key with the bass line itself. Like it just try to like, you know, if it sounds dope, it sounds dope.
yeah, no, for real.
Man, that was like again a small sound design criticism that like, give or take, like a general audience is gonna aesthetically fuck with it heavy.
Yeah,
sure.
And especially, you know, he's the one playing this flute, this violin, not the flute. He's playing this one string Chinese flute violin thing, and just fucking regular violin, and sampling himself too, man. So I think, you know, that's like a whole another aspect of you too, and maybe you should.
No, I don't play. I did percussion a little bit, but if you're playing an actual instrument on top of it, man, fucking more power to your fucking game for sure.
Yeah. No, but you know, like you said, the simplistic thing. Maybe you should lean on more of maybe add some the violin into the basses if you feel like some of the things are getting a little too much or too warped, or fucking, you know, just too too serious. You know, like sometimes overworking is not good too, and just relying on that fucking violin is not. I don't think anyone's complaining about that, bro. That shit was dope. Someone said it could be a little bit louder. I didn't.
Violin is my favorite part of that song, honestly.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Sure.
Yeah.
But,
one string Chinese
man.
flute. Yeah, man. That's insane. Well, thank you, bro, for the tune. That was Josh motherfucking Teed. Did you link us your SoundCloud? Yeah, you did. All right, brother. More power to you. Right now we got Bass Bronco. I don't know how to say that. OFTDY. We'll just read it.
Fuck yeah. definitely in like the world of Nero bass, I think that was pretty fucking proper. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was really good. Trying to think of like criticism here because I don't really have good criticisms in the world of Nero bass.
Yeah.
I thought it was very glitchy. I like the up tempo-ness. I'm gonna guess that was like 90 BPM or maybe even like could be like 100 or something. I usually don't play tempos like that live, so again, like my criticism is pretty. I can't really give any kind of criticism too much other than I liked it. It sounded good.
Yeah. No, and I would say the same thing because it was it's so clean. It's produced real clean. The kicks and the snares are hitting right in the perfect frequency range. All those, like, you switch up in the bass sound so frequently that opens you up for a lot more mix down problems and all this shit, and you nailed it at every point. So I mean, I think it sounds like a done song. Like,
yeah, no, man, for sure. The mixing for sure was on point. I really liked the mixing. The basses themselves were definitely in all kinds of ranges between like that buzzy high end, which I fuck with a lot in Neuro.
definitely.
Trying to think here. The master itself, I was looking at the girth of that SoundCloud waveform. It looks like it got a pretty good beefy master on it, and it still sounded really clean. So big ups on that. That means the mix itself was going to be really good. Because like at the end of the day, if you're doing mastering, like fucking as long as you have a good mix, the master should literally just be like, okay, I'm boosting it, and then maybe adding a little stereo. Like, that's about it.
Yeah.
So big ups on that. It sounds like it was a really proper mix.
Yeah, no, definitely. Bass range was all really nice and tight too, man. So it was just a real nice, well executed track, you know. Nicely produced, nicely fucking mixed, like he said. So yeah, man, definitely keep on doing what you're doing, bro. You know, go give him a follow, everybody. Link to SoundCloud. Thank you for that.
Yeah, how many followers do you have? Somebody said something like 122 followers. Big ups on that.
120 right now. Yeah, let's reload it, maybe more.
Man. Keep at that shit.
123. Let's go.
How many songs released?
15.
Yeah, man, just keep at that shit for real.
Yes, sir. Tampa, Florida. Let's go.
Big ups. Tampa is a very proper city. It's my first. Actually, I think that's my first place I ever sold out.
Wow.
Big ups, Tampa.
You wouldn't expect something like that too, you know? Like Tampa, it's so random, you know? But dude, fuck it. They throw down, bro. They throw down. Orlando throws down. Yeah, they go crazy, bro. It's Florida, baby.
Florida's wild. As we can see from the pandemic, y'all are too wild.
Bro, it's too wild, man.
Too fucking wild.
Oh, you gotta calm down, bro. They're its own country, honestly. You know, they're really like their own kind of people down there, bro. They really are. But yeah, we get through a couple more of these before we let you go. If that's cool with you, man.
Yeah, man, that sounds good.
All right, boss. Well, thank you for bringing some of these dope artists to come in here. There's definitely some more submissions than usual, you know, and just all around good ones too, you know.
Happy to listen, man.
Of course, dude. All right, so we got Carrier. How would you say that? Carrier.
Carrier. I'd say if I was to Carrier.
Carrier. Okay,
Carrier.
wow. All right.
Okay, I feel stupid. I'm so sorry.
Me too, bro. I think I led you down that path too. I think I was like, since I said it first, it just tainted you.
I feel like an asshole. I shouldn't be.
I'm sorry, Carrier. All right, man. Well, thank you for the sub. Let's hear what you got.
The camera, M16 and a lot of sophisticated.
Big flow. Big flow.
Some might call it proper.
A proper yeah, that top synth too. That top synth.
Oh yeah.
And they kick. See what I mean by that low end?
Yeah, true.
Punches up.
You are the local police chief, is that right, as the area? For a concert school. And what sort of trouble do you encounter largely when trouble comes? We camera up. M16 and a lot of sophisticated ones.
Slapper.
Yeah,
Ringer. A
definitely.
dinger. So good.
Yeah. Nah, banger. Gun fingers up.
Yeah. Big one for sure. If you already released that one, big ups.
It does look like it's
So-
released, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I think like for just anything in the future, I think that maybe a little more perks, like some shakers or something like that could be cool for like any kind of change ups and like every 8 bars or something with perks. I'd have to listen a little closer with a little more criticism. I think that the synth flow was very, very good. I liked it. So proper. I thought big ups. And the also the synth, the top synth is, I'm not sure if most people would notice it. Personally, it's like the first thing that comes to my mind right after the great flow of the sub. That the top synth definitely adds the finisher to the song
Oh yeah.
for sure. This
That
is
like
very
grit,
powerful.
right? That grit kind of shit. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, it being a release song, there's not much criticism to it because it seems like you're pretty
Yeah,
happy with
exactly.
it, like and that's good. That's good too. But I would have to agree with him. Maybe, I wouldn't even say shorten it too, but a little bit more variety in the end, like would help it not feel as
Even like a vocal chop, like we were saying earlier, like
True.
vocal chops can be great for sure on that.
And you had one like in the build kind of area. There was like some kind of like like weird this kind of thing.
We camera up.
That could add, you could fuck around with that too in this part. Add some kind of weird chop or whatever. But yeah, man, I really dug the whole idea. But maybe towards that end, this last little part right here, like he said, some perks would be the perfect like just breaking up and making it sound new. I already heard it. As soon as he said it, I'm like, oh, okay. It's like right on the offbeat too, like an open hat, like it just
Exactly.
helped with the swing a little bit. But yeah, man,
Also,
you killed it. Oh, sorry.
Another, I would have to. I'm not sure if you did it in this one. I don't think you did. But if you're looking for like filler for just any future songs, not even directly related to this one, but like any other song we were listening to with that like similar dubstep tone, fucking triangles. A
Ooh.
triangle on the 1 and 3 of just on point every quarter note can be like super effective, and it really cleans up the top end as far as just like if you need something in that like 10,000 hertz range on your mix. That's not really like hitting real well.
Ooh, that's real nice.
Fucking the triangle every time. I learned that one from listening to DJ Young Vamp's production, and I was like, okay, because a lot of my mixing and style and production is based around funk music and like trap type stuff, and I feel that in deep dubstep sometimes, and especially in this case.
Definitely.
I feel like that song could have been one of those things where it benefited from that. But again, like you said, it was already released, so somebody like wrapped that one up and said that my story's done on it. So
Yeah.
I totally respect that for sure. But definitely for future ones.
Yeah, no, that's some great advice, dude. You've been slaying it all day too, man. Like it's just the little things too. That at the end of the day, that's really what helps tie things and makes them feel like complete songs. Not that any of these don't, but just like a couple different variations, they'd be mind blowing. They'd be done, timeless. That's it.
They're definitely on point. It's definitely a bop for sure.
Oh yeah, bro, for real. Carrier. Now that I know how to say your name, we appreciate that, boss.
I feel like a dick.
It's all right, man. It's all right. There's this guy who's always coming in Elevate too. His name is literally like spelled out L, and then O, and then V, and then the letter 8, and then no one could get it for a while. Even fucking Sub Doctor was like, bro, just change it, bro. But hey, we're
my name's Smith. All right, that's all I gotta say. I can't criticize anybody's name. I can't. So
yeah, it must be real hard to market just compete with every other.
Google that shit,
bro. You're fucked in SEO searches, yeah, man.
That's why I'm proud of my shit. Damn it.
Dang.
Everybody just loved the sound.
More power to you, boss. More power to you. Let's see if Gutter Trash got it, because I mean, his name is pretty unique right here. Gutter Trash.
Gutter Trash.
Let's see.
Nice. I love using that word.
Jesus, Gutter Trash. What an appropriate name for like such a filthy ass fucking song. It was just
my dogs are singing right now. Not sure if you hear them. Sorry.
We got a feature now. We got a feature from fucking Smith's dogs over here, bro.
Man, they're fucking howling,
bro.
Big ups though. That reminded me of some like fucking really, really good Spicy Boys type release. Ooh. Like I really fucked with that. What was his name again?
Gutter Trash.
Gutter Trash. Yeah, fuck with it.
Yeah, please.
Definitely some really weird bass, and I fuck with that. Definitely the definition of the genre.
Yeah.
Bass.
No,
And the mix was also really good. I have to give shout outs to the mix. When we see the sound, yeah, the girth of the waveform, yeah, proper.
Yeah.
Good master. It looks like good mix.
Yeah, nice one, man. You know, kind of, it's like real in your face with the synths too, man. So it's to make that work. You know, hats off. Maybe it could use a little bit of like break from it for a second. You know, like I don't know. I say that all the time now. So like just in the, you know, maybe just that sub bass, because I was hearing the sub bass and maybe that could be a focus for like a quick second. You know, and just like a real, like you said, Spicy Boys. They have like a easy baked kind of like low end vibe too, you know, like where it's just like focusing on that real low endy kind of thing. Maybe you could just high pass it in some kind of way and just for like a real quick little switch up, you know. They have like a real like wet but low end kind of thing going on, and maybe you could, you know, I know you're not trying to get on Spicy Boys or anything with this, but that just reminded me.
It's just aesthetically, it seemed very Spicy Boys-esque to me, and that's just how I would usually interpret weird bass. And I think that Spicy Boys right now are really like the main figurehead of weird bass in the underground scene right now. It's just how I identify with what they've been releasing.
Oh yeah.
So big ups on that one. I really fuck with the sound of that for sure, because it's again weird, and I don't mean that in the wrong way. I mean just like how anybody else really likes the whole like alien aesthetic. I feel like it really fit that for sure.
Yeah. Yo, 100%.
Was that also like confused in the chat 140? I'm just curious because the tempo seemed really like up, like it could have been like a 145, 150.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's a lot of Spicy Boys weird bass that's like kind of going a little bit faster in the tempo, and I really fuck with that too.
Yeah, 142. Okay, a little bit off, a little bit weirder.
I just got, you know, that 140 just sometimes has like a little bit of like a fucking slower aesthetic than a lot of the weird bass stuff sometimes.
True. So you think that's it? The tempo is what's the secret? That 142, that little. Okay.
I feel that. Sometimes my more weirder bass tunes have that kind of like a little bit faster tempo for sure. Like the G Space collaboration is kind of a weird bassy one. Although ironically enough, the one of the Spicy Boys that I did collaborate with, Miso, I think that one's like 130. So I mean, you know, that is also one thing I like about that genre, is that it's not really so defined by its tempo. Even like dubstep is pretty defined by 140. Yeah. But weird bass seems to be pretty all over the fucking place.
Yeah, no, I like that too, you know, and you hear of different tempos too. Of 142. I don't think I've ever made anything in 142. You know, 71. What is that? 71 or 70-50? 70, 75. What the fuck is halftime of 142? I'm trying to think of if I've even played a song in halftime of that, but yeah, man, it's like we're just keeping, even if it's just a few decibels, maybe it's just gonna make that big difference in terms of things. So that's pretty dope, dude. 130 is strange too.
Yeah, but big ups on that one though. It was a really proper tune though. Proper.
Yeah. No, for real. Oh yeah, halftime of 142 is 71. I don't know why I was getting decibels involved in there and shit. It's clean. It's a clean 71. All right. Enough of me being a jabroni. Let's see what we got over here. We got Mr. Rohan South. He's going to round us up for our last 3 submissions right here. Rohan, Jabs, and then motherfucking Zeppelin.
Oh, shit. Fuck yeah.
Let's see what we got.
Right here, Java.
Been waiting for it. You didn't think I was gonna run, did you? Next time you want to talk to me, yourself.
This is madness.
Look, Java, even I get bored at sometimes. You think I had a choice? But I got a nice, easy charter. I'll pay you back, plus a little extra. I just need a little more time.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Drop.
How rude!
This man dropping the Star Wars samples on us.
Yeah, no, big ups on the consistency of the sample usage. My biggest criticism wouldn't even really be in anything of the sound design, but like so much of just the mixing of the, and maybe even the choice of the snare. Other than that, like it was pretty on point to the brand that they were, not brand, I'm not sure, like aesthetic. I keep using that word, but
Definitely.
aesthetic of what it's pushing. Like it's definitely up tempo. I'm not even sure if I'd say like weird bass so much, but just definitely almost glitchy weird bass for sure. And yeah, but I would say, like, again, as I was saying earlier with a previous submission, something kind of snappier on the snare. Maybe it'd be like a rim shot or like just a snappier type snare to begin with, like a trappier type snare, and then like just a more of a bounce with it, like on a third note. But and then maybe more of a underpunch on the frequency of the kick too would be the other mixing criticism that I would have. But other than that, man, it was proper tune for sure.
Yeah. No, I would have said the same thing too, because I'm not even sure which genre it would fall under too, to where, you know, it would need advice like I've been giving out to, like, oh, try to utilize the bass or something, or try to cut out here, man. I thought it was it kept your attention. It was like right where it needed to be in the frequency range at all times. But yeah, maybe have the kick and the snare be a little bit more of the prominent thing in the mix right there, because there was a few times I think it might have been competing for some of the frequency range. So maybe just carve out some of that in, you know, that overall synth group or something, or go in and figure out where they're competing. But yeah, I would say it just might have needed a little bit of oomph in that area too, you know, whether that be EQing or, you know, adding and subtracting or whatever. I think it's good, man. And I got no queries with the synths or the vocal samples in there, which were crazy and weird, and the intro and outro. I thought it was very like cinematic, you know, so hats off that way. Big ups, Mr. Rohan.
Yeah, big ups, man, for sure.
Definitely weird, different one, a different kind of thing that we've been hearing all day, you know.
I got to take a quick piss real quick,
right,
so I can listen to
Do what you gotta do. Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Take your time. Yeah, also, hold on. I know I haven't been avoiding anybody else in chat, too. I see there's a couple other ones, Scout, in there. I actually opened these up out of order. I said I had Zeppelin up next. I'm not even sure who's supposed to be up next. I opened them up all after order, but our big homie Smith's got to go, you know, in a little bit. So I told him we'd do 10 songs, and you know, 10 songs happened quicker than I thought. So I'm 100% down to stay after and listen to these last. I think there's only 2 or 3 songs maybe. There's more that keep getting added as we're talking. But yeah, man. It's bound to happen after, real quick. It's just you know, can't hold them for like 4 hours. Can't hold everybody. Not everybody's Kyle Goldstein or fucking Kyoto with the 5.5 hours in them. So, Rohan, much appreciate him in the lounge of Gertch. I agree with Smith. Great song. Yes, sir. Okay. We'll love. Yeah, no, I'll 100% get to everybody's, but I just don't know the order I was in right now. I had Zeppelin up next, and then we had Jabs. Actually, you were right after that. I had, and then, you know, I'm more than happy to fucking stay and do the last 3, which would be let me check these out. Let me check them out. Scout, Grayscale just uploaded 1, 2. Yeah, there's more. There's literally more coming in as we speak too. So yeah, man. Whatever you guys are looking to do, I'm down. Mr. Smith has been gracious enough to listen to first 10. We'll get to these last ones. We got Zeppelin, the big boy Zeppelin. Speaking of fucking Soundhaven, he was I think the last set that I caught at that spot, bro.
Who's Zeppelin?
Yeah. That I think he closed out the festival for me. Honestly, it was like 6 o'clock in the morning on Sunday night. Crazy dope set, man.
Yeah, his shit's so good.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I've seen him at the Unts, I think. He played is he in chat right now? Did he play at the Unts 2017?
Let's see, Zeppelin. I think I'm
20,
almost
yeah,
positive I just saw him. Yeah, he's spamming emotes right now. He was part of that whole squad, right?
In 2018? Fuck yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fuck yeah.
Did you guys go on tour?
I was not on that tour, but yeah. No, I was not on that tour.
Okay.
But I did play the Unts, and that shit was so fucking good.
Yeah. No, for real, man. They throw down. Just a clash of sound systems, honestly. That's where this music goes off, bro. So let's see if Mr. Zeppelin's got some heat for us.
I'm liking the mix on the kick and snare already. Yeah, that's the switch up I was hoping for.
ローバグ。
Okay, definitely a tough one.
Yeah, I love that second part right there too, man. That was oof. That was I think where I don't want to say, you know, I think most of the what I would drop is that second part right into that. I would say mostly just because something sounds a little off with the mix in the first part. And I was gonna say, you know, just raise the whole volume of that the synth, but in the second part, I think it comes in real heavy and hot. But the first part, I feel like the sub is hitting right where it should be, the kick and the snare is hitting right where it should be, but the main synth might be just be able to crunch a little bit more, just so it could really be in your face. You know, it was just kind of sitting like, I don't want to say in the background because it was a little bit more powerful than that, but like in the mid, you know, where it really needs to be in the front of that conversation. But the second drop, you did that.
I think like I really fucked with the overall progression of it. I thought there was a really good switch up there on the first initial drop. I thought the sub flex on the as it was fucking, what's the actual technical structure of it? I'm way too fucking high for a show like this, buddy. Yeah, when it was going out the where you just had the sub going and the flex of it in frequency, I thought that shit was so gas. I really like the sound design of that. The mix of the kick and snare, as I was saying in the beginning, like if you know when the kick and the snare are hitting and the sub is going with it as well, like I think you can take like, and not to say that the sound design, because honestly I thought the sound design on this one was really good as far as your fills and stuff. I thought they were super clean. The perk fills that you were using, as well as the perk loops, I think that it sounded like, I mean, regardless, I use all kinds of perk loops, but it all sounded like really super clean. But I goddamn, I was gonna come to a rounded out point and the fucking rabbit ran off because I'm so fucking high. But like, I like at the end of the day, I thought that one was really fucking good. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Honestly, I'm trying to think of like criticisms, like thinking back on the tune, like you were giving. Like I hear what you're saying for that, but I thought that it honestly led to like pretty decent progression. From the first drop to the second drop. Yeah. Because like, I mean, like I guess like, were you thinking that like it was too minimal at the start of it with the synth, or?
Just in terms of like loudness, I feel like it was you could see the waveform, so everything's hitting at the right, you know, the ceiling, you know, there's not much that is peaking above there, and the sub, the sub is doing well, but I was feeling like that main synth, like in the last one you mentioned that high end synth, that gritty synth. I feel like this one had it, but it wasn't emphasized as much, so you didn't weren't taken back by it until that second drop though. That's why when the second drop came in, I was like, oh, okay, I might have to change my feedback. But you know, I figured maybe just let you know anyway. Just I feel like that first initial drop just didn't come in as heavy or as gritty. As heavy it maybe, but maybe as gritty. It needs a little bit more volume or something. But hey, that's I don't know. He's liking it, so I guess it's all.
I thought it was a pretty big boy slapper.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, big ups, man. I've only heard proper stuff from you, man, for sure.
Yes, sir. Well, Zeppelin, yo, thank you very much for the fucking tune. We got one called "Dirty South" by Jabs up next. All right, I think this is a good way to leave you off on to "Dirty South." It sounds like right up your alley.
Yeah, it sounds aesthetically on point.
Let's see what they got.
I thought the vocal was really, honestly, pretty unique. It was like I really like the super super low pitch down, which I know like has been done before, but I just like definitely as like really went to the kind of spooky bass like style of it.
Yeah.
So I really fucked with that one. That was really good.
Says he took that group lesson with you and Prophet and learned a tons. Thanks a lot for that.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I'm glad some people were able to take away, a little bit of something from it.
That's dope,
for
man.
Sure.
No, that's gas, bro, and definitely, I love the variation. I love especially that little cut at the end too. You just took away like right where the kick was supposed to be, and then just kind of faked you out for a second. That second drop too was gas too, man. I don't know. That was like, that was
honestly. And as far as just like I remember what I was gonna say, like as far as the rounded out point I was gonna even say with Zeppelin, but honestly, it could be applied for so many other people with their production. You can take like, and again, I thought Zeppelin's sound design was really on point, but like you can take incredibly simplistic sound design and like just as long as you have really good mixing, you can take like just easy baseline production and make it sound top tier just through your mixing of your kick into your sub and making sure everything is snapping properly into each other. And because I feel like so much of the work can be done in the mixing as far as making the quality as far as a larger sound of it come through. Like, because if so many people I feel like have the idea that like, oh, I'm going to be able to just master my way out of these problems. I'm going to like, oh, okay, there's something wrong here, but I'll take care of it in the master.
Damn.
And like, it's if anything, that's only going to lead to a shittier master. Like, I'd have to like go through and do like production lessons to like really like go through and show you how I would go in my mixing. But like, so much of it is key into like removing harsh frequencies in each individual channel, like, and going through those steps. And if you do them like as you're producing, you're not just like all of a sudden doing it all at the end, and you're just layering it all together. You can, it's really easy. It's just good habits in production, and I strongly advise like mixing it yourself and having a high standard to your mixing. Sorry, long rant, but for sure. Oh shit, I can't hear you.
Check.
Oh, you're good. I hear you now.
No, I think it was me. I think I fucking knocked out my thing. I don't know. Sometimes my Scarlett does this. Sound problems. I don't know. Still haven't figured it out. But yeah, man, I think that's what people are here for too, is the feedback too. So for hearing that from you, sometimes I think we tend to, at least I do, is I overproduce, and then I find myself having to simplify things at the end, whereas I feel like I could just skip that step and go right to just being simplistic, but I overthink things all the time too. But
I mean, like, yeah. I at the end of the day, even my shit's really simple. Like, my shit's like, I don't think I've ever made a song larger than like 30 channels.
Damn.
Like, entirely in Ableton, and a lot of that is just like respecting space is a huge thing, as well as like mixing in the space, like letting room for things to breathe. I feel like there's really good examples of that tonight, as far as like letting one sample really shine through rather than like throwing a dozen that just muddies up the mix.
100%.
And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just trying to experiment and definitely, keep working at it. It's definitely like anything else, man. Fucking practice makes perfect.
Yeah, dude. Well, yeah, you're doing a real good job, man. And it's been nice to see your journey too. I mean, we started at the bass coma shit. I'm still dropping that song too. That I gotta fucking remember the name of it. But yeah, 90 BPM. It still works into my sets all the time, bro. It's
shit.
Yeah, man. It's it's a real pleasure to see that you're still fucking going, different face, different project, whatever it is, like you're still on the road releasing the tunes, and and here with us today too, giving us some knowledge, bro.
Fuck it, man. I really appreciate the opportunity of being here and even just kicking it with you, for real.
Yeah.
It's I think it's been like literally since then that we've actually like sat down and talked. So it's really cool to fucking do this, for real.
Yo, no, honestly, my pleasure, man. Seriously, you're some dude that you're at least one song's always in a set, and you know, it was a pleasure to talk to you, and you know, I hope we could do this again or play a fucking show or collab or something soon.
Fuck yeah, man. Would love to. Please definitely would love to have a Brightside and Smith collab.
Yo, it would be an honor, honestly. I'm clearing up a bunch of shit from you know the back burner, and now now's the time. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. But yeah, boss.
I really appreciate it, man.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you, man. So seriously, be well. Thanks again. We'll be in contact. This will be up on YouTube like tomorrow too. So, you know, if you want to watch yourself, I don't know, that's cringy too. You know, I can't even listen to myself sometimes. But yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate it. Seriously, thank you again, boss.
Yeah, keep it easy, man. For real.
Hey, you too, dude. Peace, brother. Everyone make some noise for Smith. We got the command right now. We could go follow him. Everyone go follow him. And we got a couple fucking, here we go, Smith command right here. Go follow his Facebook, his Instagram, his SoundCloud. It's all your boy Smith. That's all it is. It's easy. And man, it was really an honor to get to talk to the dude because, like I said, I kind of played my first festival with him, you know, and I've been dropping at least one tune of his a set for like as long as I can remember, you know. They just go too well. Rap vocals, dirty dubs. I mean, come on, what's there not to love?